Hello and welcome back to my tarot corner, and this will be my last video because I just ran out of a subject. Okay, so this video is about Harry and Meghan latest political endeavor, and that's the letter that they wrote to the G20 about vaccine equity. Now, this is, I don't want to get into the vaccine debacle, whether it's useful, not useful, is it helpful or not, should we take it, should we not. This is not something that I want to go into. But what I do know is that most people on the planet have the possibility of getting the vaccine or getting the jab, but I refuse to do that. So to keep on talking about vaccine equity, it's just ludicrous, really, because most people can get the jab if they want to, and there is no problem. All the countries have them, and the only problem is that my people don't want to take the jab, and if they don't, it's okay. I don't care if they do or not or don't. It's just that keeping on talking about the vaccine equity is just something that is completely ridiculous in my opinion. So naturally it is another way of them to be in the news and to find themselves scrutinized again. So what is it that they want to achieve? So for this reading, I am going to use the 9-card spread that I used before. So I'm just going to look for it. Because I want to see exactly the whole situation. And this is another witch tarot, but it is very much like the Rider-Waite tarot. So first I'm going to clear it. And it is one of the first tarot decks that I got. Okay, and now I'm going to ask the question. So, what are Harry and Meghan hope to gain by they keep talking about the vaccine equity? What do they hope to gain about, or when they're talking about the vaccines? Why do Harry and Meghan keep talking about the vaccine equity? What do they hope to gain by that? Why do they keep talking about it? So what do they hope to gain by talking about it? Okay, so let's see what we get. And the first card is the current situation. This is like the significator card. And let's see what we get. And the card is the 10 of Cups. Okay, so right now there is no problem with the vaccine. The 10 of Cups is the wish come true card. Okay, so there is no problem with vaccines around the world. People who wants to get the vaccine can get it. As you can see, everybody is happy. So the current situation is that there is no problem with the vaccine. So everything that they're talking about is just BS. Okay. The second card clarifies this card. So let's see what is the clarification. And we get the 10 of Wands. Now the 10 of Wands is a card that speaks about overload, too much load, too much things to do. And this, as a clarification for this card, I would say that there are too many vaccines around and too many people that don't want to take the vaccines. And at least in my country, I know that some of the vaccines were thrown away because their due date was passed, and people didn't, and we are the most vaccinated country in the world, and people who just didn't want to get the vaccine. So I would say that this card, the overload card, speaks about the fact that there are even too many vaccines going around, and there is no problem to get the vaccine. So this is what it clarifies. Now the third card is what was in the past. Let's see what the past says, and we get the moon. And the moon is also the karma card. It is also the mother card. So in the past, the moon speaks about mental health, and this moon says we need to talk about it. So in the past, they thought that they need to talk about the vaccines. They thought that they needed to speak about it, but actually what they did need to speak about is their mental health. And this is something that they didn't speak about, and or they did speak about, but they didn't take care of, not in the right way. And another meaning of the moon card is the mother card. So it is quite evident that Harry's mother is very much she's a very substantial element in their marriage. And there was this article that spoke about Diana being a third wheel in their marriage, because he is still very much mixed up because of losing her as a child, and she is riding on it, and she's doing everything she can to make him believe that she is in the same danger that Diana was, or she's just using everything that she can to make him feel even worse about his mother and about the fact that he couldn't save his mother. So this card is also about that. So this is the past card. Okay, so what is the fourth card? And the fourth card is the hidden influence. And the hidden influence is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups speaks about being disappointed and speaks about doubts. So there is doubt. They have doubts about this whole method of operating, about all of this mode of acting, and they do think that it might be false and not true and not the right way to go, because and this is the hidden influence. The hidden influence is that inside, and that could be inside Harry's mind or inside Meghan's mind, there is very distinctive doubt about everything that they do, especially in this connection, in this matter, and there is a very big doubt on whether or not they should go on with this. And the next card clarifies this card. So let's see what we get, and we get the Four of Swords, another four. And as I told you many times, the Four card is the first card of the second cycle of the tarot, and the Four card is usually something that is the foundation and the new beginning that they are building on. And in this instance, the Four of Swords is the card of deciding not to decide. So we get here two fours, new beginnings, two new building foundations, but both of them are towards the negative side. The Four of Cups, which speaks about doubts and speaks about, so the foundation is wrong, and or at least there is doubt that the foundation is wrong, and the Four of Swords that speaks about deciding not to decide because you are not ready to decide, because the process is still not ready. So this is another card that speaks about a new beginning that is a negative new beginning, because this new beginning is not doing anything. So this is what clarifies the Four of Cups. So there is doubt, and because of that doubt, there is this decision not, or there was this decision not to do anything, but despite that, the fact that they knew that they shouldn't do anything, they still did. They still wrote that letter, and they knew that this is a wrong thing to do because that wasn't the truth. Okay, next card is the present card. So let's see what is going on in the present, and we get the Ten of Swords. Now the Ten of Swords, as I said many times, when we get the Ten of Swords, we need to think to see whether the storm has passed or whether the storm is still going on. And as it looks to me, the storm is still going on. So right now they are in the rock bottom place, and they cannot even see the sun shining, because they just get scrutinized over and over again for everything that they do. They do all the wrong things, and right now they just keep talking about a subject that needs no talking about, because there is no problem. So they are talking about a problem that doesn't even exist, and that is why there is no tranquility yet. There is no tranquility after the storm. They cannot see the uprising sun. And in this card, you can see that the person head is towards the other side and not towards the sun. And this is in the contrary to the Rider-Waite card, in which the head is on the other way and on the other side, and the person can see the sun rising, but this person cannot see the sun rising because the storm is still going on, and they are still getting scrutinized, and all of these swords are just another symbolic way of all of the criticism that they get about everything that they do. Okay, next card is the advice. So what kind of advice can we give them? And we get here the Eight of Swords. Now the Eight of Swords is a card that speaks about getting released from your emotional bondage, from your emotional blockages. This is a card of someone who is blocked emotionally. This is a card of someone who is his eyes are blindfolded, so this woman cannot see the reality as it is. And although there are those binds that are binding her, it is very easy for her to open up those binds and get released and take this blindfold off. But because she has this blind on, she cannot see reality. She just cannot see reality, and she cannot. So they cannot see that actually there is no problem with the with the vaccines, and they keep talking about a subject that is completely useless. So they don't see the reality. They have this emotional blockage, and the advice is get released from all of this emotional blockage, take off this blindfold and start seeing reality as it is, and start acting from a logical point of view and not from an emotional point of view. Now, the next card clarifies the advice, and what we get is the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is destruction and failure, and the destruction is due to past actions. So what I mean is that this is like a heartache or a failure and destruction that they could have known from advance, because this is something that came after the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is the card of needing to do some kind of a choice, but the choice is usually the wrong one. So, and because the choice is usually the wrong one, the next card is the Three of Swords, which is the destruction, the heartache, and the failure. So, and as a clarifier to the Eight of Swords, because they are acting out of emotional blockage, because they don't see reality as it is, they end up with destruction and failure. This advice is that if you will take off all of this bondage, if you start acting from your logic and not from your emotion, then you might be able to prevent the Three of Swords. So this is the advice. And the next card is the card of what will happen in the near future. And in the near future, we have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is, as I told you before, is called the knight that needs being ignited all the time. He is the knight that keeps looking for things that will excite him. He is the aloof knight. And nothing really excites him, and because nothing really excites him, he misses opportunities. So what the near future shows is that because they are jumping on bandwagon over a bandwagon, and because they start things but they don't finish things, and because they keep on doing things that have no actual meaning and are not really important, they miss the opportunities to be influential and to be successful. So this is the result of everything that they did. And just to end it, I am going to take a spirit message and see what do the spirits have to tell them on this Halloween night. Although it's probably morning for most of you, but it is night here. So let's see what the spirits have to tell them. So, spirit message for Harry and Meghan. Spirit message for Harry and Meghan. Spirit message for Harry and Meghan. And the message is give back. Today is a day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. It is about giving back without any thoughts or expectation of getting anything in return. Reach out and touch other people's spirits, as it's highly likely that someone really needs it today. So this is like the best message that we could have gotten for them. They need to start giving back. They need to stop taking all the time and start giving back. And they need to start doing things that really have meaning, and not just jump on bandwagons. And they need to really put aside all of those things that they think about as ways to make money, as ways to reach more fame, and start thinking about how they can really help people. So this is it, and I hope you liked it. And until the next time, which I hope will be maybe tomorrow night, if everything goes all right. If not, then maybe the day next after it. And I will, if I won't do any videos, I will at least do a video to tell you that things are not okay, and I'm not doing a video because of that. I still don't have a community tab, so I cannot communicate with you like that. When I do have 500 subscribers, then I will be able to communicate with you that way. Anyway, so I hope you liked it, and if you did, like, subscribe, write me a message, write me an email, or contact me in any other way. And I hope you liked it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.